Chosen one, listen closely, because this message is not for everyone. This is for you, the one who carries a mantle you didn't ask for, a light you didn't earn, yet one that has marked you from the beginning of your life. You have been watched, studied, whispered about, even misunderstood, and you've often wondered why so many eyes seem drawn to you, why attention follows you, even when you try to hide. Tonight, I'm here to tell you, they can't stop watching you because heaven has written something on your soul that the world cannot ignore. You walk into a room and the atmosphere shifts. You don't always see it, but people feel it. Their spirits recognize you before their minds catch up. Some are drawn, some are intimidated, others are deeply unsettled, and yet none of them can look away. That is not by chance. That is divine orchestration. It is the fingerprint of God stamped on your life, making you a living prophecy. And I must be honest, this attention is not always easy. Sometimes it feels like being under a spotlight you never wanted, like carrying a burden you never signed up for. But, chosen one, this isn't just about you being watched. It's about why you are watched. It's because your life is a mirror, reflecting back truth, revealing hidden motives, awakening what others have buried inside themselves. They cannot stop watching you because your presence exposes their shadows and calls them higher, whether they admit it or not. You've been misunderstood, even judged, but don't confuse their scrutiny with rejection. The reality is far greater. What they see in you is what they secretly long for. What unsettles them is the courage they don't yet have. What intrigues them is the purity of light that keeps shining, even when storms have tried to drown you. You are watched because you are rare, because your destiny has been sealed, and because God Himself has placed a heavenly spotlight on you that cannot be dimmed. In this message, you're going to discover 7 prophetic reasons they cannot stop watching you. 7 reasons that stretch beyond human logic. 7 truths that will confirm what you've always felt deep inside, but could never put into words. And as we walk through each one, your spirit will begin to recognize the divine patterns that have been at work in your life all along. Stay with me, don't drift. What you're about to hear will not only explain the mystery of why you've been observed, but will also prepare you for what comes next. Because being watched is not the end, it is the beginning of a revelation, a doorway into the next level of your calling. Chosen one, heaven has a message for you, and it begins right now. What you feel in this moment, the stirring in your spirit, the heat rising in your chest, the subtle weight pressing against your soul, this is not imagination, it is confirmation. The eyes that follow you, the curiosity you stir, the magnetism you never asked for, all of it points to something greater than human perception. There is a hand behind the scenes, orchestrating every glance, every whisper, every watchful moment. That hand belongs to God. From the time you were born, there was a seal placed upon your life. You didn't earn it, you couldn't create it, and you cannot remove it. It is divine. And because it is divine, it cannot be hidden. You carry what heaven has chosen to display. That is why others notice you, even when you try to disappear into the background. Their eyes are being guided, not by curiosity alone, but by a deeper recognition, a spiritual awareness that something about you is set apart. The truth is, they're not just watching your appearance, your walk, or your words. They're watching the invisible weight of your destiny. They are compelled, sometimes against their own will, to witness what God is shaping in your life. This is why the atmosphere shifts when you enter the room. This is why silence often follows your presence, why conversations pause, why eyes dart in your direction. It is not about you, it is about the one who placed his hand upon you. There are those who sense your light and feel peace. There are those who sense your light and feel conviction, and there are those who sense your light and feel threatened. Yet no matter how they respond, they cannot ignore you, because heaven has made your life a signpost, a signal fire in the dark, a living testimony of what God can do with one who surrenders to his call. Do you see it now? This isn't mere attention, it's surveillance ordained by the heavens. Some are watching to learn, some are watching to imitate, some are watching to oppose, but all are watching because God has allowed it. He has chosen to make your journey public, not to shame you, but to magnify his glory through you. And here's the mystery. What others see on the outside is only a fraction of what's happening inside of you. They see the resilience, but not the battles. They see the smile, but not the prayers. They see the endurance, but not the nights you almost broke. Still, even without the full picture, their spirit cannot turn away. You are being studied because you are evidence. Evidence of grace, evidence of endurance, evidence of what it looks like when heaven writes a story through a human life. And just as the prophets of old were watched, analyzed, and often misunderstood, so are you. Their lives carried weight beyond their own understanding, and so does yours. In the moments to come, we will uncover why their eyes remain fixed, why curiosity turns into obsession, and why, no matter how much time passes, you remain unforgettable. This is not just human fascination, it is prophecy unfolding before your very eyes. And so, as the veil lifts, prepare yourself, because the reasons they cannot stop watching are not shallow or random. They are holy, they are purposeful, and they are about to be revealed to you in full measure. The deeper truth is beginning to unfold, and it is this: your life has never been ordinary. Every moment of silence, every trial endured, every strange turn of events has been leading to this unveiling. The reason they cannot stop watching you is not simply because of who you are now, but because of what you are becoming. There is a prophecy written over your life, and it is reaching the point of manifestation. You carry within you the seed of something the world has not yet seen. It's as if heaven planted a mystery in your spirit, and your journey has been the slow revealing of that mystery. Others feel it before you fully see it. They don't know why they're drawn, but they sense that something is about to happen, that your story is on the edge of a turning point. You are not just walking through life, you are walking prophecy in motion. And here's the weight of it: prophecy demands witnesses. That's why you're being observed so closely. Heaven has written your name into a script that requires others to watch, even when they don't understand what they're seeing. Some will watch in awe, others in jealousy, and still others in fear. But all of them are serving the same purpose: to testify to what God is bringing forth in you. Think of Joseph. His brothers watched him, not because he asked for attention, but because they could not escape the dream stamped on his life. They watched his coat, they watched his favor, they watched his descent into the pit, and they watched his rise into the palace. Every stage of his journey was under observation, because his life carried prophetic weight. So it is with you. Every step you take, whether high or low, is being watched because it is part of a larger revelation that cannot remain hidden. Even your struggles have been prophecy in disguise. The setbacks, the betrayals, the nights you cried in secret, all of them are chapters in a story others are compelled to witness. Your endurance through the storm has been more powerful than any sermon they've ever heard. Without speaking, your life is speaking. Without trying, your journey is preaching. And that message is ringing louder than you know. But the prophecy does not end in struggle, it crescendos into glory. That's what has them leaning in. That's what keeps their eyes fixed. They sense that something magnificent is on the horizon for you, that breakthrough is closer than it appears. Some cannot stop watching because they are waiting to see you fail. Others cannot stop watching because they are waiting to see if you will make it. And still others cannot stop watching because they know deep down that your rise is inevitable. And yes, your rise is inevitable. Heaven has already decreed it. Your future is not hanging in the balance. It is sealed in divine ink. The watching eyes are part of the prophecy, because when the fulfillment comes, none will be able to say they didn't see it happening. They will have witnessed the hand of God shaping you, lifting you, establishing you. There will be a moment, soon, where the shift becomes undeniable. A moment when what was whispered will be shouted, when what was hidden will be revealed, and those who watched from the shadows will no longer be able to deny what they've seen. This is why their eyes remain locked on you. It is the anticipation of revelation, the pull of prophecy reaching its climax. Do not be alarmed by the scrutiny. Do not shrink under the weight of attention. This is not about vanity or ego. It is about testimony. The prophecy over your life was never meant to stay private. It was meant to be displayed so that others could believe, so that others could hope, so that others could see what God is still able to do in the earth. So let their eyes linger. Let their whispers spread. Let their curiosity grow, because the prophecy is unfolding even now, and every watcher is unknowingly a witness chosen by heaven. They will see the fulfillment, and when they do, your life will not just be your own. It will be a signpost pointing upward, declaring that God is still moving, still choosing, still raising up vessels for His glory. This is why you're watched. This is why you're observed, because prophecy demands a stage, and your life is the stage heaven has chosen. Every prophecy carries layers, like a scroll sealed until the appointed time. What you're experiencing right now, this constant gaze upon your life, is not shallow curiosity. It is a spiritual phenomenon. Their watching is a mirror of something far greater. The unveiling of divine meaning, the depth of destiny, the weight of being chosen. Understand this: heaven's design always has both surface and substance. On the surface, people seem fascinated by your personality, your presence, your resilience. But beneath the surface, something deeper is at play. Their eyes are not simply watching you, they are watching the light that shines through you. They are staring into the reflection of eternity. When you walk into a space, you are not just a body entering a room, you are a carrier of atmosphere. Your spirit shifts the temperature like a flame entering darkness. That is why conversations falter, why eyes turn, why silence sometimes falls. They are not responding to your humanity alone, but to the divinity within you. You are carrying the resonance of heaven, and even those who do not know God can feel it. This is the depth of prophecy. You are living evidence that God has not abandoned His people. Your endurance through storms, your ability to rise from ashes, your persistence to keep believing when everything screams. Otherwise, all of it is a sermon written in flesh and bone. Without opening your mouth, you have become a prophetic voice, and that voice shakes both heaven and earth. Think of it like a storm. The sky darkens, winds rise, and even before the first drop of rain falls, people feel the shift. They know something is coming. In the same way, when people look at you, they sense something greater brewing beneath the surface. It unsettles them, it awakens them, it leaves them unable to turn away, because their spirits recognize the storm of glory that surrounds you. But storms are not just destructive, they are transformative. Storms clear the air, break stagnation, and usher in new seasons. That is your life's pattern. You have been through storms not to be destroyed, but to become a carrier of transformation. And every eye upon you is a witness to that process. They've seen the lightning of your trials, the thunder of your prayers, the rain of your tears, and yet, through it all, you remain standing. That testimony carries spiritual depth beyond measure. And then there are the doors. Every chosen one walks through doors that others cannot. Some doors slam shut, some remain hidden, some open only at the appointed time. Those who watch you cannot stop, because they are waiting to see which door will open next. They sense that the doors before you are not ordinary. They are portals into destiny, gateways that shift the atmosphere around everyone connected to you. They cannot look away, because in watching your doors open, they are catching glimpses of what is possible for themselves. Your journey is also like a season. You've walked through winters of silence, springs of new beginnings, summers of growth, and autumns of harvest. Others watch because they want to know what season you're in. They study your life as a calendar, as though your rhythm might reveal the timing of their own breakthrough. And whether they admit it or not, your seasons preach. They show that God is not bound by human clocks, that delay is not denial, that winter always turns to spring. And finally, your path is a journey. Every step you've taken has been prophetic. Every detour, every valley, every mountain has carried meaning. Others cannot stop watching because your journey reminds them that life is not random. Your steps expose the hand of a guide greater than yourself. You've been led when you didn't know the way, protected when you didn't see the danger, elevated when you least expected it. And in that journey, others see the fingerprints of God. So do not despise the eyes upon you. Do not shrink from the attention. Recognize the depth of what's happening. This is not popularity, it is prophecy. This is not spotlight, it is assignment. Every glance, every whisper, every moment of scrutiny is confirmation that heaven's meaning is radiating through you. Your life is light in a dark world, a storm that transforms, a door that opens the impossible, a season that speaks, and a journey that testifies. And whether they admit it or not, every single person who cannot stop watching is encountering God through you. This is the spiritual meaning, the depth beneath the gaze. You are not just being seen, you are being revealed. If you've been wondering whether what you feel is real, whether this constant sense of being watched is just in your head, the answer is no, it is real, and heaven has been leaving you confirmations along the way. These confirmations are like divine breadcrumbs, subtle enough for the world to dismiss, but clear enough for your spirit to recognize. They are signs that you are marked, and that others can see it even if they can't explain it. The first sign is the shift in atmosphere when you enter a space. You've noticed it. The air changes. Conversations pause. Sometimes people grow quiet. Sometimes they grow louder. Sometimes they suddenly become nervous. That shift is not your imagination. It is the energy of your spirit colliding with theirs. It is the light within you, disrupting whatever darkness was present. It is God's way of letting you know that your very presence is prophetic. The second sign is the intensity of their eyes. You'll catch people staring at you without realizing it, as though something about you magnetizes their attention. Some will quickly look away, embarrassed, while others will keep staring, unable to stop. Their eyes are not fixed on you by choice alone. It is their spirit recognizing that you carry something different. This is why strangers sometimes feel familiar with you, why they sense something they can't put into words. The third sign is imitation. Have you noticed how people around you start copying your words, your style, your habits, even the smallest details? This is not coincidence. It is a response to the influence you carry. They may not even realize they're doing it, but your authenticity awakens something in them, and they subconsciously try to mirror it. What you model is not just lifestyle, it is light, and light attracts imitation. The fourth sign is resistance. Not everyone will respond with admiration. Some will resist you, challenge you, gossip about you, or even dislike you without reason. This is also confirmation. Resistance proves that your spirit agitates what is dormant in others. Your truth confronts their illusions. Your strength exposes their weakness. Do not see their opposition as failure. It is evidence that your presence carries weight. The fifth sign is spiritual encounters. Perhaps you've had dreams where you're being observed, visions of being surrounded by eyes, or even moments of sensing an unseen presence near you. These are not accidents. They are confirmations that you are in a season of revelation, that heaven and earth alike are aware of your assignment. Even the spirit realm cannot ignore the mark upon your life. And the sixth sign is favor that follows you without explanation. Doors open, opportunities appear, people extend help in ways you didn't expect. Those watching may not understand how it happens, but they see it happening. They notice the pattern of blessings that seem to trail behind you. And while some will admire it, others will envy it. But all will know that there is something extraordinary about your path. So when you notice these signs, don't dismiss them. They are confirmations, signals that God is showing you what you've always suspected. You are set apart, and the world cannot help but notice. With every divine mark comes a hidden weight. You have felt it, haven't you? The silent battles, the invisible struggles, the heaviness that no one else seems to understand. For as much as being watched can feel like a crown, it can also feel like a cross. And that too is part of the design. One of the greatest challenges is the pressure of expectation. Because so many eyes are on you, it feels as if you cannot afford to stumble, cannot afford to show weakness, cannot afford to be fully human. The gaze of others can become a prison, making you feel trapped between who you really are and who they think you should be. But hear this, your humanity does not disqualify you. It magnifies the grace of God working through you. Another challenge is loneliness. You may be surrounded by people and still feel unseen in the ways that matter most. Others watch you, but few truly know you. Their eyes see your actions, but they do not understand the battles raging inside your heart. This loneliness is not punishment, it is separation. Heaven often pulls the chosen away from the crowd so they can hear the voice of God more clearly. There is also the challenge of misunderstanding. Because your life carries unusual patterns, doors closing, sudden shifts, unexpected breakthroughs, others will misinterpret what they see. They may label you arrogant, aloof, or strange. They may assume things about you that are far from the truth. Misunderstanding is painful, but it is also prophetic. It proves that your path is not meant to be explained in ordinary terms. And then there are the spiritual attacks. Being watched does not come only from human eyes. Darkness watches too. The enemy studies you, hoping to find cracks, hoping to derail your assignment. This is why temptations often come stronger for you, why battles seem fiercer, why warfare feels relentless. These are not punishments. They are tests of strength. They are the refining fires that prove the authenticity of your calling. Finally, there is the challenge of waiting. You sense destiny stirring. You know breakthrough is near, and yet time seems to move painfully slow. Those watching may grow impatient, mocking you, questioning your path. But waiting is not wasted time. Waiting is where your roots grow deep. Waiting is where endurance is born. Do not mistake these challenges for curses. They are confirmations. The pressure of expectation, the loneliness, the misunderstanding, the attacks, the waiting, each one is a sign that your life carries weight. Each one is shaping you, humbling you, strengthening you for what comes next. Remember, gold is tested by fire, and diamonds are formed under pressure. You are being forged in the hidden places so that, when the time comes, the light that shines through you will not flicker, it will blaze. So endure the hidden challenges. They are not the end of your story. They are the preparation for the chapter that heaven is about to write in you. If every challenge is preparation, then every preparation demands a response. This is where the instructions of heaven come, in not vague suggestions, but sacred steps to strengthen your spirit and guide you into what has been promised. These instructions are not meant to weigh you down. They are meant to lift you, to align you, to sharpen you for the season that is unfolding before you. The first instruction is to guard your focus. So many eyes are upon you, but you cannot afford to live for their gaze. Do not waste your energy trying to explain yourself, defend yourself, or convince anyone of your worth. Your mission is not to be understood, it is to be faithful. Keep your eyes on the one who called you, and let every other eye fade into the background. Focus is your shield, your compass, your lifeline. The second instruction is to stay rooted in prayer, not casual prayer, not hurried words tossed into the air, but deep, consistent communion with God. Prayer is what steadies your soul in the storm, what keeps your heart soft when bitterness tries to harden it. When you pray, you remind heaven that you are available, and you remind yourself that you are not alone. Make prayer the rhythm of your day, and you will find strength that no onlooker can drain. The third instruction is to cultivate humility. The attention on your life can tempt you into pride, but humility will keep you grounded. Humility does not mean denying your gifts, it means recognizing their source. Every blessing, every open door, every gift of influence comes from God. As long as you remember that, you will not be swayed by the praise of those who admire you or the criticism of those who oppose you. Humility is your anchor. The fourth instruction is to embrace discernment. Not every hand extended toward you is meant to lift you. Not every voice speaking into your life carries truth. You must learn to discern spirits, to recognize who is genuinely for you and who is secretly against you. Discernment is not suspicion, it is clarity, and clarity will keep you from wasting energy on counterfeit connections. The fifth instruction is to walk in obedience. There will be moments when God tells you to move and others when He tells you to wait. Do not resist His timing. Obedience is the bridge between prophecy and fulfillment. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Trust that His instruction may not always make sense in the moment, but it will always lead you where you need to be. The sixth instruction is to protect your purity of heart, of mind, of spirit. The world will try to distract you with temptation, with shortcuts, with offers that appeal to the flesh. But purity is your power. A clean heart creates a clear channel for God's voice. Do not trade eternal strength for temporary pleasure. And the seventh instruction is to declare truth over your life. Speak what God has promised you, even when you don't yet see it. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Your words are weapons, and your declarations shift atmospheres. Say out loud that you are chosen, that you are protected, that you are being elevated. Heaven responds to your agreement. Take these instructions seriously, because they are not just about survival, they are about preparation. You are not being prepared for a small stage, but for a divine display. That's why the eyes remain fixed on you. Heaven is shaping you into an example, and these steps are how you align yourself with that shaping. Remember, instruction is not restriction, it is liberation. Each step you follow frees you from distraction, from deception, from destruction. It frees you to become exactly what you were meant to be, a living prophecy in full bloom. So hold these instructions close. Let them guide you like a lamp in the night, like a compass in the wilderness. As you walk in them, you will not only endure the eyes upon you, you will shine brighter because of them. With the weight of so many eyes upon you, it is natural to feel exposed. But you are not left unguarded. What surrounds you is not just human attention, It is divine protection. Every step you take is shadowed by a covering that no enemy can pierce. And though the watchers may scheme, their plans dissolve against the shield God has wrapped around you. Think of it like this: when light shines, shadows appear. Your light has drawn shadows, but the shadows cannot overtake the flame. Even when people plot in secret, even when whispers turn into weapons, those weapons cannot prosper. You are surrounded by a hedge that is not made of wood or stone, but of fire. A consuming fire that burns away every attack before it reaches you. At times you may have wondered how you survived certain seasons, how you made it through dangers seen and unseen. The answer is simple: you were carried. Angels were dispatched on your behalf. The very eyes of heaven have been watching over you, guarding your path, ensuring that your story does not end before its time. There is a peace that comes from knowing you are not alone. Even when friends fall away, even when family misunderstands, you are not abandoned. You walk with a covering that is older than time, a covenant sealed long before you breathed your first breath. And that covenant declares that no matter who watches you, no matter what they attempt, your destiny cannot be stolen. Yes, you will feel pressure. Yes, there will be storms, but you will not be destroyed. You may bend, but you will not break. You may stumble, but you will not fall beyond the reach of God's hand. The same God who chose you is the God who keeps you, and his keeping power is stronger than every trap, every scheme, every jealous eye. Rest in this truth. Your story is not fragile, it is fortified. You are walking within a fortress not made with human hands, and within that fortress your soul is safe. The attention of others may feel suffocating at times, but the presence of God is greater. Where their eyes see only the surface, his eyes see the whole of you, your fears, your tears, your hopes, your hidden prayers. And still, he has promised to cover you. Let this assurance settle in your spirit. You are protected, not by chance, not by luck, but by divine appointment. Every watcher is powerless before the one who watches over you. And as long as his gaze remains on you, you have nothing to fear. So breathe, rest, stand tall. The same eyes that cannot stop watching you are being overruled by the eyes that never sleep nor slumber. And that is the only gaze that truly matters. Every season of watching, every hidden challenge, every whispered doubt has been leading to this transformation. You are not the same as you were when the journey began. The fire has refined you, the storms have shaped you, and the weight of being observed has pressed you into a diamond. And now, the fulfillment of what was spoken over your life begins to unfold. There is a beauty in transformation that the watchers cannot deny. They saw you when you were weak, yet now they will see you strong. They saw you broken, yet now they will see you whole. They saw you questioned, yet now they will see you undeniable. This is the divine reversal, the proof that what God begins, he finishes, and your life is about to become the evidence. The transformation will not just be outward, it will flow from the inside out. Your heart will carry a new depth of peace. Your spirit will radiate a new level of authority. Your very presence will shift atmospheres with greater intensity. Where once people only felt curiosity, now they will feel reverence. Where once they doubted, now they will bear witness to undeniable favor. Fulfillment means that what was prophesied is now reality. The doors you once knocked on will open of their own accord. The blessings that seemed delayed will arrive in perfect timing. The seasons of sowing in tears will break into harvests of joy, and those who watched in silence will have no choice but to acknowledge the hand of God upon you. Imagine the ripple effect of your transformation. Those who studied your endurance will find hope for their own. Those who mocked will see that mockery turned into awe. Those who envied will be confronted with the truth that no human hand could have created what is happening in your life. You are becoming a living testimony that obedience is never wasted, that faith is never in vain, that hope anchored in God never fails. There is also a deeper fulfillment, your identity becoming fully aligned with your calling. The questions you once wrestled with will fade into clarity. The loneliness will give way to divine connections. The misunderstandings will no longer sting, because the fulfillment will speak louder than explanation ever could. You will walk with the quiet confidence of one who knows they are exactly where heaven intends them to be. And yes, the eyes will still be upon you, but this time they will not just be watching the process, they will be witnessing the promise. They will see what it looks like when prophecy meets reality, when potential becomes power, when endurance blossoms into elevation, and though not all will celebrate, none will be able to deny it. Fulfillment is not a moment, it is a state of being. It is living in the alignment of heaven's will, carrying the joy of answered prayers, moving in the flow of divine timing. And once you step into it, the watching no longer feels heavy, it feels holy. Because you realize they are not just watching you, they are watching God through you. This is what it has all been for the transformation of your life into a testimony, the fulfillment of prophecy into reality. And now, as you step into this season, lift your head high, walk with gratitude, live with boldness. You have endured the gaze, carried the challenges, followed the instructions, and now you are standing in the overflow of God's faithfulness. Let your transformation speak, let your fulfillment shine. For every eye that cannot stop watching is about to see what glory looks like when it rests upon a chosen life. Take this moment to let everything sink in. You have walked through the revelation, felt the weight of the prophecy, endured the challenges, received the instructions, and now you stand in the promise of transformation. What remains is to seal it with truth spoken over your life, with affirmations you can carry into every room, every season, every battle. Say these words aloud, not as empty phrases, but as declarations of your spirit. I am chosen, and nothing can undo it. I am protected, surrounded by divine fire. Oh, I am walking into fulfillment, and my destiny is secure. I am a living testimony of God's faithfulness. Let these affirmations become your anchor. When doubt creeps in, return to them. When fear rises, declare them. When the weight of eyes feels heavy, speak them into the atmosphere. Words create worlds, and these words will shape the reality you walk in. And now, hear this blessing, spoken over you as a covering. May the peace of God wrap around you like a cloak, shielding your heart from the arrows of comparison, envy, and misunderstanding. May His angels walk beside you, guarding your path in ways seen and unseen. May your light never dim, but grow brighter with every step, illuminating not just your journey, but the journeys of those who witness your life. May you walk with boldness, knowing you are not defined by the eyes of others, but by the voice of the one who called you. May your transformation speak louder than your struggles, your fulfillment louder than your waiting, your testimony louder than your trials. And as you continue forward, may you feel heaven's gaze resting upon you, not as pressure, but as comfort, not as weight, but as love. May the watching of the world become an opportunity for the glory of God to shine brighter through you. Stand tall, walk free, and know this: you are chosen and you are covered. The prophecy has not just been spoken, it is alive in you. Go now with expectation in your heart and peace in your spirit, for what was promised is already unfolding. You are not walking alone. You are walking with the God who sees you, knows you, and has sealed you with His everlasting love. And so it, Island,